Girl, we need to talk about, Real Housewife of Beverly Hills. I mean, a little bit about the last episode, but in general, I also wanted to talk about our new housewife, Miss Amanda, because, girl, the things that you guys are saying on social media, it's insane. And I kind of like wanted it to play, a little bit of like devil's advocate, give you a little bit of tea. What really is going on out there? Are we just getting like a little bit obsessed, or there is something behind all of this? Okay, so we need to talk about it. But before we start, welcome back. I'm the real Andy of Beverly Hills. Welcome to another piece of tea. Make sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Okay, and remember, if you are from the old crew, make double sure that the notification bell is on. Better yet, turn it off and turn it on again if you have not done it before. Okay. All right, guys, you do not want to miss every single piece of tea. So let's talk about this mess. Look, I have been trying to understand Amanda since her introduction to this group, okay? If you have been watching my videos, you know that I have a certain opinion about her. It's not a negative opinion. It's also not like the most positive opinion, because it is clear that she is new money. It is clear that she wants to like do things differently, and that she is not necessarily following the societal rules that are in Beverly Hills, at least at this moment that they were filming. And I'm gonna tell you why in a second, okay? And I think that's rubbing a lot of people in the wrong way. People are kind of like being very like sketchy when it comes to her. It's kind of like she doesn't really mesh well with the other ladies. But difference from like Housewives in other franchises, that they just don't mesh well because maybe they don't have money or they don't have like the same status. In this case, Amanda actually does have money. It's more about like her attitude, because I think she wants to bring her realness, like being like a regular, more of like a regular person, right? Into a group where like everything is kind of like a secret, and we don't talk about everything, and we don't mention anything, and like this and that, and gossip here and gossip there, so I think that's why it's kind of like not really doing well, right? I have to tell you, that a lot of people, especially viewers, have not been really convinced that Amanda is part of the future of Beverly Hills. But now they are moving forward into accusing her of running a scam, with her business. I think especially giving the last episode where she went like into a lot of detail of what she does for a living, which basically is that she created online courses and that she sells courses about money, and all of this and manifestation and this and that. A lot of people are very skeptical, and a lot of people are already starting to call her Escamanda. Okay, I have seen it everywhere, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm not saying that she's innocent. I'm not saying that she's guilty, okay? And I understand that we as housewife fans are coming from, the trauma of Jen Shaw, and the trauma of Erica Jane, and the trauma of like all of these housewives who often have these legal issues. But specifically talking about Jen Shaw, who was literally running a national telemarketing scam, right? So I know that a lot of us, she showed us her business, and a lot of people are already kind of like putting her eyebrows high, and being like, wait, what do you mean that you are selling courses, I think it's coming from the fact that Jen Shaw also was selling shit that people didn't need, but then we need to understand the difference, right? Jen Shaw was not only selling like courses, she was selling all kind of shit, but she was targeting the elderly, and then she was creating a subscription based, like a membership based situation where it was impossible for the subscriber to leave, you know? And even if they were charging only, I don't know, $10 or $20 or $30 a month, it will keep charging and charging and charging and charging and charging, and it was impossible to leave that membership, you know, giving the scam of the situation. Plus, they were not receiving what they were buying, okay? Again, I'm not saying that Amanda is guilty or innocent, but given what we know so far, there are no proof whatsoever that what she's doing is illegal, okay? She is creating courses, and I understand a lot of you are not into manifestation, a lot of you are not into energy, a lot of you are not into that. I happen to be a person who believes a lot in manifestation and a lot of energies, and I live my life, you know, around gratefulness and meaning and all of that, you know. So like, I understand the power of manifestation, but I understand how that a lot of people don't believe in that and don't know how that is. However, the fact that you don't believe in something doesn't mean that it's not real, doesn't mean that it's not gonna work for other people. So that's why I wanted it to play a little bit of like devil's advocate with Amanda, because, you know, what she did was find herself a niche, you know. She's like, okay, I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna say that if you manifest your dreams, that you manifest your wealth, you are going to be able to get as far as you want, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. I'm going to teach you how to manipulate the energetic part of money in your favor, okay? Now, I'm going to, like, that part just is left there because we have not seen or hear of anyone who is claiming that we're scammed by Amanda, or that they bought a product that it was not delivered, or even like they have like a bad review about it. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, maybe we are taking a little bit too far to condemning Amanda and calling her Scamanda just because she's selling things that you don't understand, okay? So I was like, okay, let's wait and see how this plays out. You know, again, I'm not saying that she's innocent, but I cannot say that she's guilty of scamming people because there are no scams so far. You know what I mean? Now, when it comes about her relationship with the other ladies, all right? A lot of people were convinced that Amanda was completely in the outs with absolutely everyone, that everyone hated her, you know? And I think maybe at some point, some of the ladies were annoying with Amanda, you know? But those relationships have been changing, okay? And I can now confirm to you that as of today, Amanda is actually in a good place with most of the ladies. In fact, I have been at many of Kathy Hilton's parties, as you know, and Amanda is always there. So if Kathy Hilton is inviting Amanda to her events, to her home, it's because she is in a good place with Amanda, right? I also know that Kyle Richards is in a good place with Amanda. Sutton Struck is in a good place with Amanda. You know, Rachel So is in a good place with Amanda. The only people that I know for a fact are completely in the out, and I think maybe even hating Amanda, is Dorit and Erica. And I don't know about Bosoma, to be honest with you. But for now, Dorit and Erica are the only ones who are in the outs. And if you really want to go there, let's see what they don't have in common. And at the end of the day is that Amanda has a husband, has financial security, has money, you know. And she is working into her place into society in Beverly Hills, right? Things that Dorit and Erica does not have. So maybe a little bit of jealousy, it's possible, right? So I'm just saying, guys, let's just take a breather when it comes to Amanda. You know, I know that we are eager for the next big scandal. I know that we are eager to have someone to just take down, you know, because that's how reality TV works, right? But I'm not sure that Amanda is going to be that person. I mean, God will provide, right? I mean, we will have to wait and see a couple months or maybe a seasons to see if anything comes up about her business. But there is nothing wrong right now so far. So I don't know. So anyways, I wanted to put that out there. Let me know what you guys think on the comments below. How do you feel about Amanda? Do you think it's good news, bad news? Do you think that something shady is going on? Let me know. And if you want to get all the tea related to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or any of the other Bravo shows, make sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you around. See ya! Bye!